Well, what we tend to talk about is something called social business for government, which really takes all the social tools like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and communities and applies that to a business process. And what we've seen is that government agencies who apply those social tools and techniques in their agency processes, it could be about delivering service or self-service, it could be on soliciting input from citizens, it could be about attracting people to areas in the United States. Regardless of how it's being used, there is significant productivity gains, deepening citizen relationship gains that can occur by using these tools that are used by most Americans today. So if you think about leveraging these social tools and techniques, there are a lot of ways that you can leverage them in a government setting to make sure that you're generating the trust that you need from your constituencies and your citizens. So let me just give you a couple of examples if I could. So the Veterans Administration, one of the things that they did is crowdsourced the way that the veterans wanted to be served. So instead of assuming that they knew the right answer, they asked. They did something we called crowdsourcing or ideation. And because of that, they came up with 4 categories that met the needs of the veterans, either returning home or, checking out benefits. Everything was categorized and viewed in the way and the form that the veterans were interested in seeing it. Another great example of really looking at generating social trust is something that the USDA has done. They've leveraged social to communicate information in a program that they've done socially called Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food. And that has enabled them to generate trust because it's a dialogue that they're having. They're very transparent in the way that they share information about what's happening and what's going on. They're also very nimble. So based on what's happening in the marketplace, they have social analytics to listen. They can change what's happening based on the latest news and the latest things that are important to that constituency group. So I think that leveraging social and social tools and techniques can help any government agency to better generate trust from its citizens or constituencies. So a social government, to me, I guess I would call it not a socialistic government, so we should probably talk about that. It's really about using social collaboration or using social tools to have a better government agency. And I think what leveraging these social tools, what it looks like in the marketplace is a government agency who is in touch with its citizens and constituencies, because today, we live in a Facebook era. We live in an era where people want to be met where they're most comfortable, and that's with a lot of these social tools that exist out there today. They want to have access on a mobile device. More people today have mobile devices and smartphones than they have laptops and computers. So a government who leverages social looks like a government that is in touch with its citizens, that's in sync with the marketplace today. I think it's also a government that generates trust. If you look at President Obama and how he leveraged and used social in creating trust with the American population, how he continues to use it in things like Twitter town halls, continues to emphasize that he cares about what people are saying and thinking and feeling. He wants to get that input, and he leverages those social tools to do so. I also think a government who is using this social collaboration is one that's being very effective and efficient, something that I think is very important in today's economy. So leveraging our new smart cloud, for instance, you save energy while you're reaching your citizens and your constituencies. You have a shared infrastructure, so you're saving your IT cost while meeting their needs. You're increasing productivity with new self-service modes of delivery. So I think that a government who leverages these tools looks much more in touch, much more efficient, and deepens the relationships with their citizens. So one of the things that we did today at the Fed Talks is we introduced the book called Get Bold. And it is a book that we wrote targeted at government agencies and private sector about how to use social to better connect with their clients or their citizens, how to become much more efficient and effective, and how to generate innovation. You know, I really believe that leverage of social can create that spark again in the United States where we're so known for innovation. I think these tools enable us to continue that trend of innovation and to really drive that forward. And so the book called Get Bold takes you through 75 case studies. There's examples from over 65 countries around the world. So it's great to see what others are doing and to see how we could leverage some of their best practices as they're leveraging our best practices. Really is a framework for how a government agency could get started with social collaboration, could leverage most effectively a smart cloud environment, and probably most important in a government setting, how to do that with a level of security and trust, how to ensure that they have a risk plan, and how they also are protecting and leveraging their reputation. So I'm really excited by this book, and I really hope that this IBM point of view can help government agencies and clients around the world.